Gentlemen, let me tell you something powerful. True attraction isn't about tricks, games, or secrets. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. Women don't want you to know this because it's not about chasing them. It's about elevating you. Confidence is magnetic. When you walk with purpose, when you know who you are and what you stand for, people feel it without you saying a word. That kind of energy can't be faked. Respect is another hidden key. Too many overlook it, thinking arrogance or bad boy antics are what win attention. But the truth is, a man who respects himself and others automatically stands out. It shows strength, vision, and character qualities that are irresistible. Women notice the little things, how you treat strangers, how you carry yourself when no one is watching, how you stay composed under pressure. Another secret is passion. Nothing is more attractive than a man driven by goals, building something and relentlessly pursuing it. That fire in your eyes tells the world you're not waiting to be chosen, you're choosing your own path. Women feel drawn to that energy because it signals security, excitement, and growth. And finally, authenticity. Don't mold yourself into who you think someone else wants. Be unapologetically you. When you strip away the masks, you radiate something rare, realness. That's the kind of presence that lingers in memory long after you leave the room. So forget gimmicks and hacks. Focus on confidence, respect, passion, and authenticity. When you level up in these areas, attraction stops being a game. It becomes the natural result of who you are. Women may not spell it out, but deep down, this is exactly what they respond to. Confidence is magnetic. Walking with purpose and self-belief naturally draws attention. Respect sets you apart. How you treat yourself and others reflects true strength and character. Passion is irresistible. Being driven by goals and purpose makes you naturally attractive. Authenticity wins. Dropping masks and being unapologetically yourself creates genuine connection. Actions speak louder than words. Women notice small behaviors, like composure under pressure and kindness to others. Attraction isn't a trick. It's the natural result of becoming the best version of yourself. Confidence is the foundation of attraction, and it goes far beyond just standing tall or speaking loudly. True confidence comes from knowing who you are, embracing your strengths, and not being afraid of your flaws. When a man carries himself with certainty, people feel it without him saying a single word. It's in the way he walks into a room, the calmness in his tone, and the way he holds eye contact. Women naturally gravitate toward that energy because it radiates security, leadership, and self-assurance. Confidence doesn't mean arrogance. Arrogance seeks validation, but real confidence is self-contained. It's the quiet belief that no matter what situation arises, you'll handle it. It's trusting your decisions and standing firm in your values, even if others disagree. That kind of presence is rare, and rarity is attractive. Confidence also shows resilience. Life will test you, but when you can face setbacks without crumbling, it signals strength. A man who doesn't get easily shaken inspires trust, and trust is one of the deepest layers of attraction. The truth is, confidence can't be faked for long. You build it through discipline, achievements, and keeping promises to yourself. Every time you step out of your comfort zone, every time you do the hard thing instead of the easy one, your confidence grows. Women notice this growth. They notice the man who doesn't need to seek approval, who doesn't beg for attention, but naturally commands it by the way he carries himself. So if you want to become magnetic, don't chase shortcuts. Work on yourself, embrace challenges, and own who you are. Confidence is not just attractive, it's unstoppable. Respect is one of the most underrated, yet powerful qualities that make a man stand out. It starts with self-respect, the way you treat your body, your goals, and your standards. When you take care of yourself, set boundaries, and refuse to settle for less than you deserve, People notice, women especially notice, because it signals discipline, maturity, and strength of character. A man who respects himself shows that he values his time and energy, and that instantly makes others value him too. Respect also extends to how you treat others, no matter their status or role. The way you speak to a waiter, how you treat a stranger, or even how you handle disagreement, says more about you than any words could. Women are highly observant of these little behaviors. If you show kindness, patience, and fairness, it reflects emotional intelligence and stability, qualities that are deeply attractive. It's important to understand that respect doesn't mean weakness. On the contrary, it's a display of strength. A man who respects others is in control of himself. He doesn't need to belittle or dominate to feel powerful, because real power comes from composure. Women instinctively trust men who embody this kind of strength, because it creates a sense of safety and reliability. Respect also builds long-term attraction. Physical looks may catch attention, but character holds it. When a woman sees that you respect her opinions, her time, and her individuality, it creates a bond that goes beyond surface-level charm. At the core, respect shows who you really are when no one is watching. It's not about perfection, it's about consistency. When you live with respect for yourself and others, you naturally command admiration without ever asking for it. Passion is one of the most magnetic qualities a man can possess, because it signals drive, purpose, and vitality. It's not about superficial hobbies or fleeting interests. It's about having a deep commitment to something that matters to you. When a man is passionate, it shows in the way he speaks, the way he moves, and the energy he carries. That intensity is contagious. It pulls people in and makes them want to be part of your world. Women in particular are drawn to that fire because it communicates ambition, determination, and the ability to create momentum in life. Passion also demonstrates self-reliance. A man who is dedicated to his goals is not waiting for validation or approval. He is building his life actively and intentionally. This kind of independence is incredibly attractive, because it shows that you are not dependent on others for your happiness or success. Instead, you are constantly growing, learning, and achieving, and that growth naturally inspires admiration. Another aspect of passion is resilience. Pursuing meaningful goals is never easy. It comes with challenges, setbacks, and failure. A man who continues to chase what he loves, despite obstacles, shows perseverance and strength of character. That determination is magnetic, because it reflects someone who doesn't give up on themselves or the people and dreams they care about. Passion also creates excitement. Life becomes more vibrant around someone who is fully invested in their purpose. It gives conversations depth, actions meaning, and presence, a sense of direction. People, and especially women, are drawn to energy that feels alive and purpose. Ultimately, passion is attractive because it signals a man who is alive, engaged, and building something bigger than himself. It is one of the qualities that can transform ordinary attention into genuine respect and lasting attraction. Authenticity is one of the most compelling traits a man can possess, because it reflects honesty, self-awareness, and confidence. When you are authentic, you show the world who you truly are without pretending to fit someone else's expectation. Women are instinctively drawn to authenticity because it signals trustworthiness and emotional security. There's a magnetic energy in a man who doesn't feel the need to impress, manipulate, or play games. He simply exists as himself, fully and unapologetically. Being authentic requires courage. It means embracing your strengths and weaknesses without shame. It means expressing your opinions, desires, and emotions honestly while remaining respectful. People can sense when someone is genuine versus when they are putting on a facade, and authenticity always wins over superficial charm. A man who is true to himself doesn't bend under pressure or mimic others to gain approval. This consistency builds respect, admiration, and a deep sense of connection with those around him. Authenticity also enhances other qualities like confidence and passion. When you know who you are, you naturally act with self-assurance, and your passions shine more brightly because they are rooted in your true interests and values. It eliminates the need for validation from others, making your presence magnetic rather than forced. Moreover, authenticity creates meaningful relationships. Women and people in general are drawn to those who are real because realness fosters trust. It signals that the relationship, whether romantic or platonic, will be based on honesty and mutual respect, not manipulation or pretend. Ultimately, authenticity is about showing up as yourself in every situation. It's about living without masks and embracing your individuality. When you do this, attraction no longer relies on tricks or hacks. It becomes the natural outcome of being a man who is confident, grounded, and genuine. Actions always speak louder than words, and when it comes to attraction, this truth cannot be ignored. Anyone can say the right things, but real strength lies in consistent behavior. Women in particular pay close attention to the little details of how you act in everyday situations. They notice how you treat people who can do nothing for you, how you behave under pressure, and how you carry yourself when no one is watching. These small, often overlooked actions reveal your true character far more than any polished words ever could. The way you show respect to strangers, handle conflicts calmly, or even maintain discipline in your daily habits speaks volume. For instance, holding the door for someone, listening attentively in a conversation, or staying composed during challenges demonstrates reliability and emotional control. These qualities inspire trust, and trust is one of the most powerful foundations of attraction. Women also observe how you treat yourself. Do you keep your promises to yourself? Do you follow through on your goals? Do you take care of your health and personal growth? Your actions toward yourself send a strong message about your values and self-respect. A man who consistently shows discipline and responsibility through his actions naturally commands admiration. It's important to remember that words can be rehearsed, but actions are lived. You can't fake consistency. It either shows up in your lifestyle or it doesn't. This is why actions create credibility. They prove that your confidence, respect, and authenticity are real, not just spoken claims. In the end, it's not grand gestures, but the everyday choices that matter most. When your actions align with your words and values, you build a presence that is quietly powerful, trustworthy, and deeply attractive. Attraction isn't about tricks, gimmicks, or secret formulas. It's the natural result of becoming the best version of yourself. When a man invests in his personal growth, develops his strength, and lives with purpose, he radiates an energy that draws people in effortlessly. Women and people in general are naturally attracted to someone who is evolving, confident, and fully engaged in life. This kind of magnetism cannot be faked because it comes from authenticity, discipline, and self-respect. Self-growth encompasses multiple areas: emotional intelligence, physical health, skills, ambition, and character. When you work on yourself consistently, you send a signal that you value your own life and are capable of creating a meaningful, fulfilling existence. Women are drawn to men who demonstrate stability, vision, and determination because these qualities indicate that they can provide security, excitement, and partnership on a deeper level. The beauty of self-growth is that it naturally aligns all the other attractive qualities. Confidence grows because you know your worth and capabilities. Respect is reinforced as you set boundaries and honor your values. Passion emerges as you dedicate yourself to goals that matter. Authenticity shines through because personal growth requires introspection and self-acceptance. Actions consistently reflect these qualities because you are living in alignment with your ideals. Attraction, then, is not about manipulation. It is the natural byproduct of self-improvement. The more you cultivate your strength, confront your weaknesses, and live intentionally, The more magnetic you become, you stop needing validation or tricks, because your presence, energy, and character speak volumes. Ultimately, the most powerful attraction is earned, not engineered. When you focus on becoming the best version of yourself, you naturally draw people toward you, and the connection you create is real, lasting, and deeply meaningful.